Hey guys, just a quick shout out to my good buddy Evan Filarsa, hope I'm saying that right. Amazing channel, full of Spider-Man PS4 content. Go over there and please subscribe to him. The annotation to his channel will appear on your screen now. Go over and subscribe now. Hey, how's it going, webheads? The Spider Wheel swinging by with another video. Now I think you guys will love this one. I'll be talking about the movement in Spider-Man PS4. For starters, momentum. Spider-Man 2 had it, Ultimate Spider-Man did too. Web of Shadows kinda had it, but the web lines didn't really stick to the buildings. I'm not even gonna start with the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, because we all know those games were pretty bland and boring. And credit to Beanox for actually putting in the effort and manpower in producing and making these games, but really the end product wasn't what we were really expecting. The actual gameplay of Spider-Man 2 and the web mechanics made it a memorable Spidey game. It was fast paced, it was a memorable experience, and more importantly it was fun. It never got boring, seeing the webs attached to the buildings and swinging by, using momentum, that actual game physics. And for a PS2 game, it wasn't that bad. I mean, this is until now the greatest Spidey game ever. Ultimate Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are the best Spider-Man games ever made. I don't care what everyone says, Web of Shadows was alright, but the webs didn't really stick to the buildings, and Web of Shadows is nowhere near, in my opinion, nowhere near the quality of Spider-Man 2 and Ultimate Spider-Man. Those two games, for me, are the greatest Spider-Man games ever made. And with Insomniac making this new Spider-Man game, Spider-Man PS4, seeing the trailer, seeing the cafe scene, seeing the web sticking to the building, we really do have a promising game in our hands. And if this turns out to be what it promises to be, and I think it will, then this will be the greatest Spider-Man game ever. Okay, on to the second point, reaction. This is how Spidey would react to objects around him. Examples include jumping over an air vent, using the arms and legs to push or propel Spidey forward from the side of a building, using agility in mid-air to fit through small gaps and spaces, jumping when necessary, and of course, reflex dodges. If I missed anything or you have an idea that you would like to add to these examples, please comment down below. Okay, and our final point, combat. Now I know I talked about the combat in my previous video, but those are just the basic ideas. This version of the idea involves Spidey using objects he can grab onto. So basically anything ranging from a lamppost, traffic light, anything that allows Spidey to swing around on. So the reason why I'm referring to such objects is because when Spidey, during a fight, it gets intense, similar to Web of Shadows, when he gets knocked back, objects are destroyed. So I think with this feature, instead of it actually being destroyed, he can actually press circle or some other button on the PS4 controller, press circle, ideally circle. That would actually allow him to grab onto the pole, swing around it, and then propel himself in the opposite direction, kicking his enemy in the face. And I think that's a really cool idea, and I think it will actually fit well since Spidey is more experienced. This is Spider-Man that we had never seen before. Basically how I like to see it, he's actually now at his full potential, which is something we have never seen before. Normally it will just be Spidey, getting his powers and then in the early stages, but now it's actually at the later stages, he's at the peak of his career, he is at his full potential, and I can't wait to see what Insomniac will do with that idea. I personally don't know how powerful Spider-Man is. We've seen glimpses of his full power here and there, but it's never actually really been showcased in as a whole. And I think they'll actually do that in this upcoming Spider-Man PS4 game. Now going back to the second dot point, reaction, seeing him actually jump over a car when necessary, seeing his spider sense, it isn't really of high demand, but when his spider sense does go off, it gives us an early indication, and then we can press R1. That will be in some kind of mode or something. I don't know, it's just some kind of mode. Anyway, going back to the idea, so that will actually allow him to react faster. Basically similar to in Spider-Man 2 where we had the reflex. In Spider-Man 3 we had the reflex mode where everything was slowed down, but instead of slowing it down, actually makes him react faster. so it gives him a better reaction time. Now apologies if you do hear some rain. It just started raining crazy outside, but never mind. Going back to this feature, so another amazing feature would be the ability to shoot independent web lines to our enemies. This is an example of the combat system that I mentioned in my previous video. So Spidey shoots the web lines, they attach to our two enemies. He then proceeds to run up a wall in between them. So he runs in between them and runs up the wall, and then he yanks the web lines in the opposite direction. That will cause the bad guys to slam into each other, eventually knocking them out and proceeding on to the next couple of bad guys. Okay, that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time examining on and expanding upon this idea. Yeah, again, if you enjoyed this video, please whab that like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. If you have any questions, ask me on my Twitter account or YouTube account. Both is okay. Send me a private message if you have any concerns, or if you want to ask me how I got my name, stuff like that. Just anything, feel free to ask me, and there'll be more videos like this in the future. I hope to see you in all of them, and I hope you have a nice day.